We have another video that I got. It's Vivek Ramaswamy talking about Letitia James because he's calling for Letitia James to be disbarred. We already know that's not going to happen. That's just not how this country operates. Like the person who's actually should be in trouble usually don't get in trouble. That's just how that goes. But I'm about to show y'all this right now. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Let's go and get to it.
The Letitia James crusade against Donald Trump is disgusting and is a threat to every American. When you have prosecutors who are elected to office on a promise of going after one particular individual as she campaigned on, then go on to keep a campaign promise using the legal system to do it, it's unjust. And this particular case reveals how ugly that is. In this case, you're talking about a crime for which there was literally no identifiable victim. The people who did business with Donald Trump weren't individual consumers. They were sophisticated financial institutions who made money from their dealings. And yet Letitia James is using a consumer protection statute to literally make up numbers and say, hey, you have hundreds of millions of dollars in penalties that you owe. You have bond to post by a particular date of an unreasonable magnitude that even no billionaire is regularly able to meet. And to say, if you don't do it, I'm going to start seizing your property. It's disgusting, and it is a threat to not only private property, but threat to the justice system and to the rights of every American. But the good news is there is an argument to push back against this in short order, and that's the Eighth Amendment. The Eighth Amendment prevents the imposition of excessive bail or excessive fines. And if there's ever an example that meets that to a T, it's the bond that's been demanded of Donald Trump in this disgusting New York Letitia James-led prosecution. This is an opportunity for the Supreme Court to step in and say, no, we're not going to stand for this kind of lawfare. Whether it's against Donald Trump or a Democrat, it's wrong. We don't want to empower prosecutors to be able to use bond and bail or bonds as a way of effectively achieving a goal that they couldn't achieve through the front door, which is bankrupting an opponent, even stopping them from being able to appeal those decisions. That's un-American. It needs to end now, not just for the protection of Donald Trump, but for the protection of every American. And in this disaster, I at least see a silver lining of some hope that that's exactly what we'll get from the Supreme Court. It's not just the current justices, not even the conservative ones, that would necessarily agree with this principle. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a staunch defender of this part of the Eighth Amendment as well. She's no longer with us, but the other justices are. And I hope this can be another 9-0 rebuke of the kind of lawfare that we're seeing against Donald Trump and indirectly against every American in this country today. And I think it could be the most important Eighth Amendment case of the 21st century. I hope they bring it, and I hope they succeed.
Y'all did that man dirty, man. I think Vivek should have done much better in the numbers, if you ask me. I think he should have did much better in the numbers. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach. Who do I think will make a better president? Honestly, I think Trump will make a better president. But I think Vivek will make a better second, in my opinion. But he didn't even get high at all to stay in a race. It was Nikki Haley and Trump. Now, we already know who was bankrolling Nikki Haley. That's neither here nor there. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about what Letitia James is doing, what Tish is doing, what Big Boo Boo is doing, what Rasputia is doing. It's criminal, man. It's criminal. But they're giving her a pass to do it. They've elected her to do that. That's what she was running off of. As a matter of fact, anybody that you ask about why Trump should not be the next president of the United States of America, they don't point out anything that has to do with Americans. They don't point out anything that have to do with the country. Only thing they point out is his indictments. They point out all of these trumped up charges that they put on him, these cases that they try to put on him, the RICO charge that they try to put on him where they was locking up him and all of his friends trying to make a big show out of it because they know that that's all it takes. Hollywood runs everything. What I mean by that is, as long as the Democrats put on a show, a really good show, and we already know the federal government is behind it, of course. They're definitely behind everything. But as long as they put on a show like Hollywood will put on a show, Please, man. That's all they need for Democrats to believe every single thing that they're talking about. Candace Owens was on the Breakfast Club today, and she did such an amazing job, man. Shout out to Candace Owens. And Candace Owens said if she could vote for someone for president, she really wanted Vivek Ramaswamy to win. She really wanted Vivek to win, but she's rocking with Trump. And the one thing that they had to say about Trump negatively on Breakfast Club is that this dude had indictments. That's it. That's it. They don't care about his record. And forget about that. Forget about Trump. Forget about Trump. They don't care about anything that Joe Biden and his administration has done to completely F up our country in the last 4 years. They don't care about that at all. It's like it don't even faze them. You got to be some heartless individuals for that to not faze you. In the last 4 years, so much negativity has happened. We can't spank our sons nowadays. We can get arrested. You can get arrested as a parent for spanking your kids. But you can go ahead and get him snipped. You can get his whole ding-a-ling cut off if he tell you that he wants to be a girl. They're removing God from schools. The illegal immigration is crazy. It's insane. Insane to the point right now where they are protesting in different states. I'm talking about the illegal immigrants are protesting because the people in the city who are still trying to look out for them because they didn't voted to be a sanctuary city, but all of their residents are pissed off that their resources are being taken up, that they still have Americans. There's still Americans, many Americans, people who even fought for the country, who are still living on the streets and not receiving the type of aid that these illegal immigrants are receiving. But they're telling these illegal immigrants, this hotel is done. I mean, it's filled, all right? But what we're going to do, we're going to put you all on a bus and take you to another Four Seasons hotel. Is that okay? And they're like, no, we want somewhere permanent. We deserve and we demand something permanent. We're not getting on no more buses. What? I'm sorry, what? And we just listen to them? You out your mind. I will force every single last one of them on the bus. I'm talking about man, woman, and child. Grab their tail by the neck, grab their foot, and throw them on the bus if we got to. You out your mind. You're not a citizen of this country and you come over here demanding what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. They're already getting paid millions of dollars to be here. There's someone went ahead and did the math. And apparently it's like $70,000 per person what we're paying to make sure we take care of them. We're taking care of their housing. We're taking care of their food. We're taking care of just spending money. Everybody gets phones. Everybody gets clothing. Everybody gets free Medicare. What? Now they feel emboldened to say, we're not going anywhere. We deserve somewhere permanent. Are you out your cotton picking mind? You out your mind. So what's about to happen, guys? And this is what I think. I think they will be the new slaves. I think they will be the new slaves. More like indentured servants. Because what they're already doing in many different companies right now, I believe Ben & Jerry's is connected to a company right now that just now let off like 7,000 people. And they are looking to hire illegal immigrants. Tyson Foods has already let go of 1,200 Americans, and they've put it out there already that they want to hire 4,000 to 5,000 migrants. Now, they said migrants because they want to act as if they want them to be fully legal and gone through the process the right way, the proper way. But they're not. They're not. They've already let go the Americans. They've already gotten them up out of here. But this right here is what they're doing to try to make sure that an adult is not in office that can clean this mess up. In 2016, when Trump was saying that he wanted to build a wall, everyone thought that was racist. Everyone thought that was xenophobic. They thought it was xenophobic of him to say that. What? You want to build a wall to keep the Mexicans out? To keep this and to keep the Haitians out, to keep all these other countries out. But he wanted to build a wall, right? Right? And he said that Mexico will pay for it. They didn't believe him. They wouldn't allow him to do it, to get it done. They called him all types of names in the book. And because they were able to act it out the proper way on MSDNC, CNN, and all these other major news networks and make it look like he was the worst guy in the world, even though a whole lot of positivity came from him being president, people thought that just one thing, oh man, he want to close up the country because he's racist. So they never did. Now look at us. Now look at us. Now, even when he becomes president, because I think he's going to become president, but even when he does become president, they're going to make him look like the meanest, worst person in the world by deporting all of these millions of illegal immigrants that Biden have let into the country. Because when he get aggressive, when he makes sure that the police and that ICE and that the military get involved to get them up out of here, he's going to look like the bad guy. To that, I say, Trump, look like the bad guy. Get it done, because clearly they don't know how to. And they're trying to bring in some new voters is what they want. But we already know that. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, what the heck are you waiting for, baby? Much love to you all.